Welcome to the Think Orange podcast, where we want to equip and encourage leaders like you who are investing in the faith and the future of the next generation. I'm Crystal, your host, and this month we're talking about what's new in 2023. Now, you know this. One thing that is very new is digital ministry. That's why we're so excited to share part of this new masterclass from our friend Dave Adamson. It's called Building a Digital Ministry, Launching a MetaChurch Strategy. Dave is currently the director of Orange, Australia and New Zealand, and as one of the world's first online pastors, he's a leading voice in the digital ministry space. His new book is called MetaChurch, and in this new Digital Orange Masterclass, Dave teaches leaders like you and me how to reach more people with our online content, how to leverage multiple digital platforms to engage communities, and how to develop a digital discipleship strategy that can help our ministry grow. You can find this whole course at orangemasterclass.com, but for now, check out this part of the class with our friend, Dave Adamson.
When I first started going to church as a 17-year-old, I thought that being a disciple meant completing the 6-week discipleship class my church held twice a year. If I finished the class and got a good grade, then that meant I was a disciple, right? I think the reason I thought this was because the Hebrew word we translate as disciple in the Bible is talmid, which we usually translate as student. But an Orthodox rabbi friend of mine once taught me that while this word talmid does mean student, it can actually best be translated as apprentice, someone who is being led to become just like their teacher. The translation of talmid as student is correct, my friend Rabbi Lubin told me, but the English concept of a student doesn't quite cover the nuance of this important Hebrew word. As most high school students know, if you can recite what the teacher says in class, you will get an A. I mean, think back to when you were a student in school and sitting in math class. The teacher was at the chalkboard passing on information you knew you had to understand and memorize on some level in order to get a good grade or pass an exam, right? But this model doesn't make a student an apprentice. As any apprentice knows, it's not enough to be able to recite the lessons from the qualified tradesperson. They need to watch the tradesperson and see what they do so they can follow their example in order to eventually be qualified themselves to do the work they learned. An apprentice mechanic, for example, not only watches the qualified mechanic at work, but also does what they see their teacher do, so that one day they will be qualified to have their own garage. Likewise, as apprentices of Jesus, we are to follow his example and reflect his teaching and understanding of Scripture in the world. When Jesus started sharing his new perspective about God in first century Israel, he didn't just walk around publicly spouting his opinion and expecting people to change. No, instead, he invited 12 young men to follow him, watch the way he lived 24/7, hear the way he spoke, and observe the way he served others. And this is why he told them to follow me. And it's what he meant when he said the student is not above the teacher, but everyone who is fully trained will be just like their teacher. So how does this 24/7 discipleship model work in a MetaChurch strategy? Well, I truly believe that for the first time in human history, we are able to fulfill Jesus' first century mission using a 21st century method. The internet gives us the opportunity to stay engaged with people in our churches every day, allowing us the same opportunity Jesus had with his first century disciples. For example, we can stay connected with what people are doing via their social media feeds, and they can see how we react to current issues in society through Twitter. They can see what makes us laugh on TikTok. We can provide them with daily teachings and encouragement through pre-recorded video content on YouTube. And the people in our churches have access to us and our personal lives via our own Facebook and Instagram accounts. Jesus himself modeled that relationships are the catalyst for discipleship. And using mobile devices and online technology gives us digital proximity to people. For Jesus in the first century, he needed to live 24/7 with his disciples for about 3 years because physical proximity was the only way people could stay connected like that. But in the 21st century, technology allows us to enhance physical relationships through online connections. When church leaders use technology as a tool for discipleship, we're able to turn digital spaces into sacred places for an individual. And this is the essence of a MetaChurch approach to discipleship: digital and physical working together strategically. Digital discipleship is not about a completely impersonal, non-physical approach to spiritual formation. It's an integration of online and offline. Digital discipleship is a life-on-life, follow my example as I follow Christ apprenticeship with digital elements and content included to enhance connectivity. Now, I'm sure there are people watching this with skepticism. Yeah, I see you. So let me share with you guys specifically some research from Stanford University that shows people are more authentic online. That's right, more authentic. Stanford professor in the Department of Communication, Jeff Hancock, found in September 2018 that people on average were twice as likely to lie offline than online. See, at the end of the day, discipleship has been the mission of the church since the first century. And technology, social media, YouTube, and other digital tools gives us a 21st century model to carry out that mission. When these tools are integrated with physical offline relationships, they can help your church's discipleship strategy in 3 key areas. First, they give us increased access to people. Second, they integrate seamlessly into people's everyday life. And third, they make communication more honest and efficient. See, I believe that when the discipleship capacity of a church is limited by the seating capacity of a church building, then we've missed the point of Jesus' command to go and make disciples. Discipleship is apprenticing people to be like Jesus, and it is not location specific. It's not a one-time event. It is every day, all day, and it lasts a lifetime.
We want to thank you for joining us to talk about what's new in 2023. If you like this episode, we really hope that you'll leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. And don't forget to check out our newest masterclass from Dave Adamson called Building a Digital Ministry, How to Launch a MetaChurch. You can find it at orangemasterclass.com. And since we're talking about what's new, we're happy to announce a brand new devotional for teenagers. It's called How to See God by Shane Sanchez. And you can find that at howtoseegodbook.com. That's what's new for now. We'll see you next time on the Think Orange podcast.